Two prominent San Diego business leaders say they have an idea to reduce homelessness.
They say they have the money to purchase two large industrial-style tents. KUSI Sasha Fu is here with the story. Sasha?
Lauren and Alan, well, it's not just evident in downtown San Diego. The number of people without permanent shelter now is growing all across the county. At last count, that countywide figure was 9,200. Today, two San Diego business leaders announced they have been working on a plan that would provide a temporary shelter to those most in need.
We do not use the word solution.
Don't call it a solution. Peter Seidler says his plan will not solve homelessness.
The thing I think that tugs at a lot of us here in this room is the number of homeless and unsheltered is rising, the number of deaths is rising, the number of serious illnesses is rising, and the time is now to act, to start reversing those numbers.
Seidler, who is a managing partner of the San Diego Padres, says he wants to put up large industrial-type tents to help people get off the streets. Restaurateur Dan Shea is joining in promoting the concept of a year-round tent, a secure place to sleep, bathe, and store belongings. The two business leaders say they have found some private donors who will pledge at least $700,000 for the initial cost of one and possibly two tents.
Clean on the outside, and it'll be safe and secure on the outside with A+ work being done on the inside by the best service providers that this city has.
The tents, manufactured by a company called Sprung, have been used in San Diego before. Sprung structures, smaller in size, were put up as temporary winter shelters until the city decided to discontinue their operation 2 years ago.
There's a lot of discussion about long-term supportive housing and how we're eventually going to get there, but there's nothing happening of a practical nature to take people off the street today.
Seidler and Shea say they agree with the idea of housing first, which is finding permanent housing as a long-term solution, but they say the tents would provide a temporary bridge as the city tries to build more affordable housing. At a cost of $500 for each person every month or $17 a day, they say basic needs could be provided in the tents. Each resident would also be assessed for additional health and social services.
These will be up for a while until housing is built.
The idea has support from two high-profile academic leaders. The president of the University of San Diego and the chancellor of San Diego City College say homelessness also affects college students.
About 8,000 of our students, that's about 8% of our total student population, are homeless.
What Seidler and Shea could not promise is a place to put these tents. Every year as winter approached, city leaders in San Diego squabbled over which neighborhood would be the site of the annual cold weather shelter.
They have to stand up and they have to make a decision. What location is the first one going to go?
They concede that they will need help and county leaders to find a location to raise the tents.
We don't want to be in the middle of their fight.
It's 2 steps forward, 1 step back. I think that's how great things get done.
Well, these two businessmen say they envision each of these giant tents housing up to 250 people, and those tents would stay there as long as there is a need. So one question, how would operating costs be covered? That is not entirely clear at this point. Although this seems to be a very promising first step, it will almost certainly need political leadership to succeed. I'm Sasha Fu. Back to you, Alan and Sandra. Lauren.
Yeah. All right. At least it's a start in the right direction. Thank you, Sasha.